Hey, Bolo buddies, thanks for watching. So I was messaging with a gal on Facebook and she's like, have you ever done a video on coffee mugs? And I was like, no, I have not. So I decided to start researching coffee mugs tonight and I found 5 brands, I guess you could say, that are pretty pretty well known to be a BOLO. Let's put it that way. So I searched and I've got a whole list of mugs up here and I was going to do it that way. And I might just flip through them real quick just to show you because it's pretty cool. But I'm going to talk to you about 5 different brands of mugs to be on the lookout for. Crazy prices, guys, crazy prices. So be sure to watch this. And if you have found a mug and made good money on it, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And there's other information down in the description also, like my Facebook group, how to be featured on my channel. So be sure to check that out. Also, if you like the video, click like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. All right, we're going to get started here. I'm just going to start by going through quickly some of the mugs that I found. And then we'll get right to the 5 top categories to be on the lookout for. Okay, so this is a Moomin. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled Moomin. This is up for auction right now. It's currently at $310 with 69 bids. And here is this Tiki mug. It's currently at $295. Still has a day to go. Here's another Tiki mug. It's at $76.95. Now, this one is another one. We might make that top 6 mugs to be on the lookout for. This one's called Death Wish, and this is like the logo on the front, which is just very strange. But let's see. Here's what's on the bottom. So it looks like this one is numbered. But this is currently at $113.50, and it's 12 bids. Ray Dunn is another good one. This one's only at $26, but it just depends on what the mug says. You can pick these up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls sometimes, but be sure to do your research because some of them are not worth anything. Starbucks mugs, crazy. This one sold for $3,040 with 31 bids. And they have different, like this one's Mexico. I'm not sure what this word is, but different locations. This one is a John Wayne mug. That's another good one to be on the lookout for. Probably harder to find. Another Starbucks that went for $2,075. That John Wayne, the Alamo, it went for $2,375. This one was just one that popped up. It's it doesn't really apply. It's like a beer can, but they had mug in the title, but it went for $1,626. Says Old Dutch Beer, but I thought I'd share it just because it was kind of cool. Now, excuse me, Fire King. So Fire King is like, I think it's a style or what it's made of. Not really sure. Let's see if it says what it says here. I don't know. They have a pretty distinct look to them. I'm going to show you here and towards the end of the video what exactly to look for. This was funny also. I just threw it in there because it was a mug shot, but it's a gangster John Dillinger mug shot. 26 bids at $931. Crazy. Okay, so here's another Fire King Jadeite. 21 bids, $585. It sold for. Here's some more Ray Dunn. This is a lot of 3, 18 bids at $560. Here's a face jug mug. These are really unique and different looking. I'm not sure if there's an actual, yeah, it looks like maybe an artist made it because it looks to be signed on the bottom, but anything that's like rare and different looking, handmade mugs, they do pretty good. This one's at $482 with 37 bids. Now, I don't know about this one. I didn't see any others with this Russell Wright, but these are These went for $2.55 with 9 bids. And it's a set of 4 mugs, coffee mugs. This one just says Harper's Hamburgers, and it's just a restaurant advertising mug. I don't know why it went for so much other than maybe more than one person wanted it. It's made by, I think it's pronounced Mayer, Mayer, but it went for $173.50 with 9 bids. Here's another Ray Dunn. It looks like Royal Day, a Royal Day. Is the graphic on the side. It went for $150, so that must be a rare, hard to find one. These are Alexander Girard, maybe Girard, but they're coffee mugs, set of 2, went for $100 with 7 bids. Here's a Yeti mug. It's a discontinued rare color, but it went for $104. It's brand new. Another Firestone coffee mug. This one says Burger King. 23 bids, $87. Here's another zombie lady, crazy looking mug. It went for $76 with 6 bids. Okay, so here's a Ray Dunn. It says Trick. And then another mug will say Treat. So those are Halloween mugs, but this one just says Trick, and it went for $78.77 with 6 bids. These are Dunkin's Donuts mugs, a set of 3, and these sold for $79.99 with 2 bids. Okay, another Moomin, Moomin mug. It sold for $69.99 with 2 bids. All right, so now we're going to get into the actual categories. Let me see. There was one back here that, just give me a second here. The John Wayne. I want to pull that up, and we'll start with that. John Wayne mug. So like this one went for $6.19. That actually looks like the same picture, so I'm guessing maybe it was a non-paying buyer, and it finally sold on March 17th for $112, so that kind of stinks. Well, I can't even find the Alamo mug now. Maybe, Okay, so that says John Wayne in the title. I don't know why it didn't pull that one up. So maybe there's not a whole lot of the John Waynes out there. Okay, so disregard. Let's get back to the ones that I was going to show you. Okay, so the Moomin, I think is how you pronounce it, Moomin mugs. I'm under auction style, highest first. So this looks like, and these say new 2019, so this is obviously something that's still being sold, and that one's from Japan. So I say we skip over that one. So this one is Moomin, and it's, am I in solds? Yeah, I am in solds. Okay. This one went for $222.50. I want to look at the mug and see if there's, I want to see what the branding looks like on the bottom. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. You can see down here it says Moomin. Man, that's hard to read. Let me see if I can find it better. And it looks like maybe the brand is Arabia, Finland. All right, here's another one. This one went for $160 with 46 bids. Just trying to get you guys the information here. Sheesh, no logo. All right, well, maybe we will find one. These are coming from Finland, so, all right, here's one. It sold for $132.50. This is from the 90s, hard to find. I don't know, is Moomin the character, maybe? Because it looks like the brand is the Arabia, Finland, and maybe the character is Moomin. Not really sure, but all that information is on the bottom of the cup. So if you look here, I'm zooming in on what you need to look for. So let's see what else we got here. And they all seem to have this character on the side. So anyway, really high solds. I mean, 34 bids on this one. It went for $76. So check out these. Definitely be on the lookout for them. I did not search lowest first. I'm sure there's some that go for much less. I'm getting down to some of the lower priced ones, but they're still going for like $30. There's some here that went for 25, 19. But you know, this is something you could pick up pretty cheap if they don't know what they have. So here's one that went for 15 plus $8 shipping, 10.50 plus 12.50 shipping. So, I mean, if you can pick it up for 50 cents or a buck, you know, you could definitely still make money even on the lower end. Okay, so the next one is this Fire King. Again, I don't know how to really describe it, but if you look at if you're watching the video, if you're not watching it, now would be a good time to look. I know a lot of you just listen, but it has like this, I don't know if you want to call it like glossy, but it stands out. It's pretty obvious. Okay, let's look on the bottom here. Okay, so it looks like on the bottom it will say Fire King. So if you see anything that has this look to it, definitely check out the bottom. I'm gonna look at a couple more here. They're pretty cool. So here's one that just says I love New York. It's red. I'm gonna see if they've got a picture of the bottom. I just like to look at branding because it helps me to remember. Now see, this one doesn't say it. So I don't know unless it says it, I don't know 100% how to identify it other than it has a pretty distinct look. These are just plain white. It says Anchor Hawking. Let's see if this one says it. Oops. Okay, so that one says Fire King on the bottom. But those just look like a plain white mug. And they're going for $2.20s. So pretty cool. The ones with advertisement, there's a lot with Snoopy. I'm just kind of scrolling here. Let's go down to page 10 and just see what it gives us. So here's a set of 6 that went for $37. So it definitely, there is a range in what they go for. So do your research if you find one of these, but if you can pick it up for 50 cents or a buck, I say definitely grab it. All right, let's go on to the next one, and it's Starbucks. These were shipped from Mexico, but you can see $3,000, $2,000 that some of these are going for. And it's the ones like this one says South Island, Collector Mug, Giant Seattle Skyline Mug, Tokyo, Seville, Portugal. So these mugs that say have destinations or locations. Here's one that says England. I mean, they're going for big money. So if you see these, definitely grab them. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to page 10 just to see what's on page 10 because obviously the prices get lower as we go down the pages since I'm searching highest first. Here's like a Starbucks Disneyland, you know, it went for $34, which, you know, isn't bad if you pick it up cheap. But don't automatically assume if you see a Starbucks mug that it's worth a ton of money. Definitely still do your research. So there's the Starbucks mugs. Another one is Ray Dunn. And again, still being made now. The harder to find ones are the ones that typically go for more. I'm not sure why this popped up because it's not a mug. Okay, these are the ones I showed you. The Artisan Royal Day Crown lot. So Artisan Royal, if you see those seem to have higher solds. Looks like this one is talking about hot cocoa set. It went for $175, but it only had one bid and best offer was accepted. Magenta Farm Line mugs went for $177. There's a lot of 3. It says chicken, hen, and pig. So yeah, Rae Dunn is, hit or miss. The older, the better, of course. The harder to find ones, of course, are going to go for more. So if you see something, definitely do your research. Of course, Trick or Treat is probably going to do well because everybody loves Halloween. If you don't know, vintage Halloween stuff is really, really good. So here's a vintage, I'm sorry, not vintage. This is a Rae Dunn Halloween mug set, and it looks like it says Boo, witch broom maybe. But it's a set of 4 that went for $69.99. So not super high. It depends what you buy them for. So they're kind of all over the place. So definitely do your research on those, but they can be a good BOLO. Okay, the tiki mugs, which are usually like the crazy looking silly mugs. Big money. Some of them, not all of them. But I'm just going to scroll down, and some of these don't look like mugs. But they say mug in the title, so maybe they're just weird looking mugs. But I'm going to scroll, show you some of these mugs. Look at this guy. That's funny. Sold out Disney Enchanted Tiki Room drummer mug. And this guy's, if you're not watching, looking at it with a silly face. Anyway, kind of fun. So I'm not sure if all of these mugs are for drinking or if they're more like for display. But they are a BOLO. Tiki mugs are a BOLO. I'm trying to find the ones that you actually drink out of. I know I showed you the 2 up here when I was going through the different ones. Those are more. Like here's one, it went for $51. So yeah, again, do your research, and if you can get it cheap, I say grab it. Grab it and list it. All right, and then the last one. Oh, nope, that was the last one. I was thinking there was one other one that I saw. I could be wrong. Let's look at that face mug. I want to do that. I want to put it here. Face coffee mug. Let's try coffee in the title. All right, so here's some, again, just, unique and different coffee mugs. Some more Fire King. Here's a vintage Looney Tunes mug, Tasmanian Devil, that went for $55 but only had one bid. Sometimes you just get lucky. Here's a Pink Panther. It went for $18.99, but if you can pick it up for 50 cents, not bad. So again, some highs, some lows, but definitely something to be on the lookout for. And again, definitely do your homework. Check comps, look at eBay, look at their solds. Don't look at eBay actives because that is not a good way to check to see if something is selling. People can price things at whatever they want. I mean, let's for example go into coffee mug, and I'm going to go to active, all listings, and I get out of solds. Okay, so for example, all listings, highest price, funny mom gift. I'd punch another in the face coffee mug, gag cup. They're asking $999 for this. Obviously nobody, well, I shouldn't say, I wouldn't think that anybody would buy this coffee mug for that price. I don't know. But again, anybody can price anything at any price they want. So don't search actives. Let's do this. I was still under vintage face. That's funny. Let's just do coffee mug. So this one is Horse Farmer to my wife. I love you deeply. And it's for $11,970. I mean, I can totally see somebody looking this up. They see it at a thrift store. They look it up and they see this and they're like, oh my gosh, I found the greatest item. and it's actually just somebody who's got crazy high prices on their coffee mugs. So again, don't search actives, bad idea. Always search solds. And I recommend searching auction solds because an auction, actually sold. If it's an auction and it says sold, and you click on it and you go in and it says this item was relisted, then the person didn't pay for it. So that's a good indicator of maybe it was probably buyer's remorse. They decided not to pay, and the person probably relisted it and probably more than likely didn't get as much. Not always. But anyway, so yeah, definitely search solds, not actives. That's my tip of the night. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that down below. And thanks for watching.